All right, everyone. If you can hear me, I want you to stand up and do a Fortnite dance. I'm kidding. Okay. So what this video is about is formatting your paper. It needs to follow something called the MLA format, as you can see here. And the list is right here. This is what you need to be able to check off in order to not lose points on your final essay. And this is just some simple formatting that we need to follow. We're going to start off with 12-point font. So if you look over here, you are going to see that this example paper is formatted with 11 size font. And again, we want 12. So we want to select everything and change it to 12. The next step is to have Times New Roman font. And as you can see here, it is currently at Arial. We need to change it to Times New Roman. All right. Next step, it needs to be double spaced. Double spaced. So if you click on this button right here, you're going to see that it says line spacing whenever you put your mouse over it. You're going to click on that and click double. And as you can see, there is space between each line in the paper. The next thing that you need 1-inch margins. That is the area around your paper, as you can see here. So in order to check to make sure you have 1-inch margins, you go to File, Page Setup, and here you will see it, right? It says margins, inches, and you want it to be 1 inch all around. And as you can see, this paper is already formatted so that it has 1-inch margins. So just double check, make sure that yours is also 1-inch margins. That way you do not lose points. The next thing that you need in terms of formatting your paper is to have page numbers. This part is a little bit difficult to do, but once you learn it, it will be easy peasy lemon squeezy. So you want to click on Insert on your paper, and you are going to this scroll over header and page number, and you want a page number. So the page number, there's 4 options, right? And they show you what the options are. You've got 1 on each page. You've got a blank page number, and then it starts number 1 on the next page. You've got numbers at the bottom right corner of your page and a bottom right corner on the second page. What we want is this very first one. So if you click on that, what you're going to see is this number 1. It is very important that you do not delete this number 1, at least not yet. Okay. I want you to put your mouse to the left of that number 1, and notice that that number 1 is highlighted with like a gray color. If that number deletes, if that gray coloring disappears, you accidentally delete it, I need you to go back over here to Insert and redo it. Okay? You want to do it so that there's that gray highlighted color over the number 1. For the page numbers, you're going to put your last name next to it. My last name is Law, so that's why I would put Law, L-A. An important thing to note is that your font might be Arial. If you see that it's Arial, you need to change it to Times New Roman. You also need to make sure that it is size 12. Okay? All right, so notice how the number is still highlighted gray, okay? The reason why you need to make sure that's highlighted gray is so that the rest of your pages will be numbered, as you can see here, right? There is a number on each page. It's self-numbered. Another thing to note, you don't want to number your first page, or at least you don't want the first page to have the number 1. So you're going to click different first page. And when you do that, the following pages will have the numbers, will have page numbers, but that first page won't. And that's, leave it at that, okay? Now this last part right here, you need a header at the top left corner on the first page. So this is the page we're talking about, okay? You're going to start off with your name. I am going to write my name, okay? First and last name. The next line should be your teacher's name. You're in Miss Law's class. Do note that there is a space after the period in Miss, okay? It should not be together. I don't know why people do that, but don't do that. There should be a space between Miss, Mr., Miss, Mrs., okay? Put a space there. Next line, this is English 3, and we're going to write down our final due date. So it is due February 7th, 2019. I know I didn't include in the checklist a title page, but I would like you to have one. You keep it nice and simple. Informative, explanatory essay, GP4 for the 4th grading period. I realized that I did that really quick, so I'm going to repeat it. Your paper is probably looking like that. You click this center align button and it will go to the middle. And notice how there's no spaces between the date and the title. All right, looking good, looking good. So we actually just finished all of this, okay? If you followed those directions on your own paper, as I went through it with this video, then you are not going to lose points. Congratulations.